Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Kate and today we are talking about all things self-love, and I'm so excited because I think this journey is so beautiful. I'm so excited to talk about this because I believe self-love is the most important love that we can have in this life, and to love ourselves is the most important thing. If we can't love ourselves, how can we know how to love anybody else, right? So I'm so excited to be talking about this, and let's jump right into it. And if you like this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Okay, so I just want to start off by saying self-love is a journey. Like, self-love is a never-ending journey that we always get to grow on, and we always get to discover more about ourselves, and we always get to continue to learn. And that's the best part, right? Because you get so far, you reach a new level, and then you unlock so many things, and then you get to strive for more, and you get to keep pushing for more. And as you grow, you just develop more and more self-love. You develop more skills, more blessings, more opportunities. The more you raise your vibration, the more you're able to attract into your life and what's really for you. And it is the most important love that we can have. Love is just love, right? But if we don't know how to love ourselves unconditionally, how can we know how to love anybody else? And how can we be open to receiving that love, right? So everything starts within us and loving ourselves wholeheartedly for who we are. And self-love is not just loving yourself in the good, not just loving yourself when you're on a high in life. Self-love is loving yourselves at the lowest point of your life. Self-love is loving yourself when you make a mistake, when something happens detrimental in your life. Self-love is even on your darkest days, you know that you're perfect exactly the way you are. Self-love is knowing that no matter what, I'm going to hold this love and compassion for myself. Even on the darkest days, I choose to love myself. I choose to embrace who I am, and I give myself love and compassion, right? Like, it's so easy to, when we're successful or we're feeling beautiful or all of these things, it's easy to pour into that love, right? Like, we're at a high. But sometimes when we're not feeling our best, when we got into a moment of depression, or we slipped into a bad habit, or we've done something we know we shouldn't have done, it's so important to love yourself in those moments, right? Like, that is when self-love is the most important, because this is life. Life is here to teach us so many things, and we're not going to be perfect all the time. Like, nobody's expected to be perfect, and why would you want to be perfect? Because if you're perfect, how can you elevate more? So through every lesson and every blessing, we get to learn how to love ourselves more, and we get to hold that compassion for ourselves and just look at it like, what is this situation here to teach me? How can I choose to embrace this within myself? How can I choose a thought and a mindset that's going to support me in my journey? Self-love is not just self-care. It's a part of self-love, but it's not the only thing. Self-love shows up in so many different ways. Self-love is setting boundaries with people. It's choosing yourself first, choosing to put yourself first, choosing that no matter what happens, I'm going to stay true to my values, my beliefs, and I'm going to do what's best for me. Knowing that when I move with love and good intention and I put good out, good is going to come back to me. How we show up in the world is just a direct reflection of how we feel on the inside, right? If you're showing up and you're going the extra mile for somebody, you're doing the acts of kindness, you are smiling at the strangers, you know, you're doing the blessings, you're pouring love into other people, that is such a reflection of you. But if you're showing up and you're having attitudes with people, you're being mean to people, you have to go in, and it's not bad, right? It's not bad, but you have to go inside and look within yourself and think, where am I disconnected within me? How can I love myself more so I can show up in love and in kindness? And when you show up that way, there's a different energy that radiates from you because your vibration is raising. And when you start raising your vibration, you get to start attracting more things into your life. You know, that new job you want, that new business growth you want to start, that new relationship you want, that all starts with self-love. Because the way we love ourselves is the way other people are going to love us, right? So why not love ourselves wholeheartedly, love ourselves to the maximum, so when people come into our lives, they know the standard that's set. They know, I have to love this person or I'm gone. The way we treat ourselves is the way people are going to treat us. So when we treat ourselves with love and kindness and compassion, people are going to do the same thing to us, right? Like, everything in our life is a mirror. If you want some feedback on where you are in life, how you're showing up in life, just look at your life. Look at how strangers talk to you. Look at the blessings that are coming to your way. All of that is feedback for your life, because it's what you put out is exactly what you get in return. So when you put out good, when you put out love, all of that stuff, that's what's going to come back to you. If you're putting out negative energy, negative is going to come back to you. And that's just a moment where you get to think, okay, how can I improve? How can I become better in this moment? How can I love myself more so I get the things that I want in return? You really get to decide who you want to be, and you get to start showing up as that person, right? Like the things that we want in the future, the person, the woman, the man that we want to be, all starts with today. It starts with making those small steps. It starts with deciding that we're not going to wait for that person to show up in our life, or we're not going to wait for that person to appear or for us to step into that person. We're going to decide today. So when I started my self-love journey, some things that I started doing was really paying attention to the way I talk to myself. So we talk to ourselves the most out of anybody, making sure that we're saying positive things to us, right? Like I always think about, what would I say to my friend or somebody that I love so much? And I'm going to say that to myself, because I deserve the same type of love that I give them. Because somebody we love, we want to support them, we want to love them, we want to pour good into them. But we deserve that too. It's not, we support our friend and we love them so much and then we're hard on ourselves. We get to love ourselves the same way we love everybody else in our life. So I started becoming very aware of the thoughts that I was having. And anytime I was telling myself, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, or you know, the list goes on and on. You know, we all have those limiting beliefs because we're human, but it's catching it in that moment and saying, you know what, I don't want to feel like this anymore. And even if you don't believe it in that moment, start training your brain, because it's a process. We get to do it over and over and over again, and then one day our brain's gonna catch on. And we might slip up, and that's okay, because again, we're human. We go through these things. We have years and years of conditioning that we have to undo, and it's okay. And in those moments where you slip up, you give yourself grace, and you say, you know what? I had a moment, but I still love myself. And even if you don't believe it, it's okay. Keep telling yourself that. Every single time you walk past the mirror, tell yourself you're beautiful. Really feel it. One thing I love to do is look in the mirror and say my affirmations, and I say my name with it, right? Because our name is like one of the most powerful things in our life. It's like a connection of who we are. So when I can look in the mirror and say, Kate, you're so beautiful. Kate, you are successful. Kate, you are worthy. And you do this every day, like that does something for your confidence. And sometimes that looks like taking the risk. Sometimes that looks like spending some time with yourself. When you can really learn how to be yourself and have fun with yourself, you're on a good track. We spend the most time with ourselves, right? No matter how many times we're with people all day, like the one person we're gonna have for the rest of our life, no matter what, 100,000% guaranteed is ourselves. So why not learn how to be comfortable being in our own company? Why not learn how to be comfortable in our own skin and really embrace ourselves? We are such beautiful people. Like every single person on this planet is so unique. There's not one person like you on this planet, and that's like the most beautiful part about it, because you are literally one of a kind. Like, not just saying that, like you are one of a kind. Do you know how special that is? Do you know how special you are? And you get to take that and you get to go make something beautiful out of your life. You get to create the life of your dreams. You know why? Because you're powerful. We do not give ourselves credit of how powerful we are. Self-love is also letting go of the things that aren't serving us. When we're keeping things in our life that aren't serving us, whether it's places, whether it's people, whether it's feelings, whether it's relationships, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's not serving us, we're taking away space from something that really is for us. The longer we hold on to something that isn't for us, the longer it takes for the thing that is for us to come into our life. One thing that I love to do, I pray to God, and whoever you pray to is perfectly okay, but I pray to God and I ask him all the time, God, anything that's not meant for me, please take it out of my life. Please remove it. And whenever I do this, I always lose something in my life, and sometimes it's sad, sometimes it's hard, but it's just like, this is what I prayed for, and I know this is for me. If it's meant for me, it's gonna come back in the long run. But right now, it's not meant for me, and that's okay. Because I want what's for me. I want to open my heart to the things that are meant for me, because I know what's meant for me is what's going to help me grow. I know that's going to help me get to where I want to be. And surrounding myself with the people that love me is choosing yourself no matter what. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what happens, no matter what mistakes you make. It's so complex. It's spending time with yourself. It's getting to know yourself. It's embracing who you are as a person. So often we try to hide certain qualities about ourselves because we feel like it's not accepted, because we feel like we're going to be judged for it. But that's what you get to shine the light on. That's what you get to embrace, because you're special. And that was given to you for a reason. And the more you embrace who you are, the more free your soul becomes. When we're trying to do all of these things out of alignment for ourselves, we're not going to feel 100%. We're not going to have that peace. We're not going to be happiness because we're not in alignment. Think about like your body. When your body's out of alignment, like you don't feel 100%. Same with our souls. When our soul is in alignment, we are at 100%, we are at our best. And every single day, we get to work towards going to that alignment. And that alignment looks like doing the things that your soul loves, being authentic in your truth, standing firm in your values, standing firm in your morals, standing firm in all of your boundaries, no matter what, no matter who it is. You know what? This is a rule I have for myself. And the people that love you are going to respect those boundaries no matter what. Self-love is knowing that no matter what anybody says to you, you know who you are. It doesn't matter what somebody says to you. It doesn't matter what somebody says about you because at the end of the day, you know who you are. Words can't hurt you because at the end of the day, you're firm and you're authentic in yourself. And at the end of the day, when somebody says something negative to you, when somebody says something mean to you, that's just a reflection of their wounds. And guess what? Instead of being mad at them, you get to hold love and compassion for them because obviously they dealt with some trauma and that's something missing in them. You just send them love because when you retaliate and you are negative back, you're mean back, that's showing a reflection of who you are. So you get to show up differently. You get to show up in love and kindness and gratitude and say, you know what? It's all love. It's all love and it's okay. I don't have to accept that. I wish you the best. And you get to move forward with your life. One of my biggest self-love tips is really dating yourself. Like the same love that we would give to a partner, the same love, the same way we would love a partner, the way we would buy them gifts, the way we would take them on dates, the way we would go through experiences with them, the same way we would talk to them is the same love we should give to ourselves and the same exact thing we should do to ourselves. Take yourself on a date. Buy yourself something nice. Get dressed up. Wear your favorite perfume. Do your makeup. However it looks for you. And take yourself on that. Get to spend time with you. When you can really date yourself and be comfortable with who you are, you start to build that love and you start to build that trust. The same way we do in relationships. We get to do that with ourselves. And the more we do that, the more we pour into ourselves, the more the things that are meant to us get to come into our life. And just remember, you're perfect exactly the way you are. You don't have to change for anybody. Who you are is more than enough. Everything you need to be successful in this life, everything you need to have the dream life, you already have within. It's just a matter of digging deep and pulling it out and embracing it. So just remember, pour into yourself every single day and know you are one of a kind. You're so special and you're so perfect. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned for the next video. And I'll see you guys next time.